Yo guys, what is going on? Welcome to another episode of Gaming Gone Weird. This is episode 31. Fun fact, my brother's football number when he was a kid was 31. So this episode's a little special to me. Every time I think of 31, I think of my brother, man. Lightweight football. It's called the Lightweight Football League. And you had to be under 125 pounds to touch the ball.
Are you serious?
So like when he was 13, under 125 pounds, having to run the ball as a fullback, and he was number 31, clear visor. My brother was a champion out there. They won the championship 3 years in a row.
Is that every player on the field is under 125, or just
no?
Anybody
who has the ball in their hand. Lineman can be 140 pounds, but if you're over 140 pounds, you're not in the league.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, so it's lightweight football. So you had to be under 125 pounds to hold that rock. So like I wanted to play defensive end, and for me to play defensive end, I had to be under 125 pounds just in case, like, I get a fumble or and I also wanted to play tight end, but I wasn't able to play tight end because I don't know why. When I was a kid, maybe I sucked. I don't know. But
like you didn't have hands, man.
I wanted to stay under 125 pounds, dude. We were running on garbage bags, bro, across the field. Like we did everything to stay underneath that weight limit, man.
I love that.
Yeah, that's cool.
Wait, no, okay. I played center. I was not under 125
center?
pounds. Yeah.
That's a hard sport. That's a hard position to play, though. So I respect that.
Yeah. I was a big kid, but I had small hands, so never worked out.
I can tell what you're aiming, bro. I seen your Overwatch aim, bro. That mouse cannot.
We were tired, so it's fine.
You cannot grip that mouse, bro. You look like that dude off the Whopper commercials, the small hands.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
I'm Peter, and I can't hit my shots. Yeah. Look at me. Anyway, guys, welcome to episode 31 of Gaming Gone Weird, where we talk about everything and all gaming and also weird stuff that we do see on the internet. I'm your host, Nicktana. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Unite lately, running the trenches up with my Decidueye build, getting them snipes off, playing with the homies. We started to get a team together, and I'm very excited about this team. And we're just like, it's a game. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't know if I played Pokemon Unite before, and I'm like, this is fun. But now recently I've just been like locked in. I'm like, I just can't stop thinking about Pokemon Unite. And I'm thinking about all the builds, and I'm thinking about like, I got to learn some defenders and some supports. I'm locked in to Pokemon Unite. I'm in.
What got you back into it?
Dude, like I randomly just wanted to play one day. I randomly was just like, this game is just fun enough for me to play. I kicked back, played some music, hooked up with some of the homies. I hooked up with one of my friends, Ace, and Ace and I were playing, and he was a pretty mean Lapras. He still is a mean Lapras. And I played Decidueye, so we were just kind of playing with each other. And then another homie was like, yo, I'm about to hop on Unite. And then it came to a point to where we were getting a 5-stack, and then everybody on in my chat was just downloading it. So it was just like a session of just Pokemon Uniters just all coming together and giving each other a big group hug and embracing the MMO style of gaming.
I honestly love that. But here's the thing, because I just started for the first time ever Dota 2, so I feel like we're getting into that. I guess MOBA, is that the right word for it?
Yeah, I said MMO. I don't know why I said MOBA. You're right, my fault.
Yeah, that MOBA life. It's actually, man. I think I played it in college. I for sure have played League at some point, not for very long, and then I'm pretty sure I've at least tried Dota. Again, not for very long, but it's like making this cycle back around. It was fun, man. It's complicated, but it's not easy. Does Pokemon do like item building and everything too?
Yeah, so the way it works is you get 3 items that you get to attach, but it's not like item building. You get 3 held items, which could be like, if you ever played Pokemon, like the game, you get like float stones, or you get like muscle bands, or you get certain items that improve certain stats. So I get like plus a certain amount on my attack, or like if I score so many points, then my attack will just shoot up through the roof, and I just get a bunch of stacks on my character. So like that you get that within the game. So it's not like you're building during the game. You build before the game, and then you basically just make sure you get your stacks while playing that game.
Are there consumables and stuff too?
So like consumables, as in like you could get a berry, which will heal your health up.
Sure.
And then like you could also get one item that you could use, like it has a cooldown on. So like I use this thing called eject button, which will basically just like boost me over to the other side of the field, or not the other side of the field, but it will boost me back so far just to get out of certain fights. Like if I like inch up too far and stuff like that. So yeah, it gets me out of sticky situations.
Sure.
For that. But I love it's very, very, very watered down, simple down League of Legends, bro. Like the games are only like 10 minutes.
Right.
It's 5-on-5. League is 5-on-5. But the fact that it's just like you don't have to worry about like building up your items, worrying about certain consumables. Like you have like hard counters and stuff in the game, like every
sure.
But
dude, I miss Heroes of the Storm. Do you remember that? It was Blizzard's version.
Yeah.
And it was just abilities, no items at all. Like I love just keeping it simple.
And I think
always do that, yeah.
I think seeing like characters like that, because I like seeing the certain characters evolve and like involved in that game, like especially Blizzard characters, it's cool. It's cool to me. I think I like that stuff more than when I see like League of Legends and its characters that I really don't relate to. It's just a bunch of like random characters. Like, I mean, like eventually like you kind of get to know them a lot more. But like when you say like Heroes of the Storm, I'm pretty sure like Reinhardt was in there and just a bunch of characters from the Blizzard.
Yeah. They
so
have like Warcraft and Diablo. And
that's what makes it cool because you see all those characters again, and it kind of like decisions like what characters you want to main as well. Right. Because you see that.
Right.
Like I will we got to get into your intro, man. We got to get into your intro. No, I'm not rushing. No, I'm not rushing. I'm having a great conversation. I'm just like, well, this ain't the Nicktana show. We got 6'7" Pieter on the other end. You know what I'm saying? But no, Disney came out with a new game, and it's like a racing game. But like I thought it was kind of cool. Like it feels very nostalgic. I don't think it will compete with like a Mario Kart, or I don't think it will compete with like big racing games, but the fact that it's a Disney game and you could race as like Donald Duck or Mickey Mouse, or
is it cars?
It's cars, yeah, like an actual like car, like race car. But it kind of reminds me of like a crash racing game.
Yeah.
But it looks very cool, and I'm like, would I like buy this game? I don't think personally not, just because like I've never really been into like the Disney stuff like that. Like I do like Disney, but like I just thought it was like a very cool idea, and just the fact that like you're bringing in characters that you remember as a kid or just remember seeing, and like it makes the game way better to me than just like a bunch of random characters that you don't relate to right off the rip. So yeah, guys, Pokemon Unite. But I'm not alone. I do have my beautiful co-host, Pieter. He misses his shots in Overwatch. He had a turkey and ham sandwich right before the show, and he's 6'7". Pieter, tell the people what you've been playing, baby.
I've been doing some achievement hunting on Dredge. So I'm back to Dredge a little bit, and then Dota 2. Like the achievement hunting for me has felt kind of like a nice filler on nights where I'm not trying to go super hard on something.
Right.
Touched a little bit of Destiny 2 actually with Tommy. So got at least started. I haven't really played it since, but I know that's a long journey. But Dota 2 a little bit. Had a few games in the last 2 weeks, I guess.
You've been around. You've been all around since the last episode, man. You've been jumping around. I haven't been able to like a lot of games, bro.
I haven't. It's felt weird, man. Like I haven't felt like I've been having more fun doing this show and like recording episodes of the podcast and stuff. So I don't know, man. It's just like a ebb and flow of like interest in the games and then not. I don't know. It's just changing all the time. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. Achievement hunting. Oh, in Planet Zoo, obviously.
Don't bring this back up. Did we talk about this last show?
Yeah.
Oh no,
it's cool.
Back.
It's a cool
game.
It
back. Episode 31.
I'm enjoying it.
Oh,
a mix. Nothing specific, but just a mix. Yeah.
Don't the people know we've been struggling in Planet Zoo. Hey, if you guys do have an open spot and your raid team, I will give Destiny 2 another shot. So like I'll just throw that out there. You can catch it if you want. You can catch that if you want, but I love that you're trying to complete Dredge and stuff like that in achievement hunt. That is very cool. I've never been personally an achievement hunter. I like to just beat the game and get what I can. But there was one game in general that I did really love was Psychonauts, and I wanted to complete that game every way that I could. But there's only achievements you could get at certain times. So if you pass that time in the game, then you can't go back and get that achievement. So I'm like, I just won't play it. But I did collect all the collectibles. Even if it was the help of Google. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't like using Google for that situation, but I mean, That's cool, man. I love that you've been playing Dredge and shit like that. It's awesome, man. It really is.
It's a cool game. It's a cool game, and I think it's cool enough where I don't know why they wouldn't do like a sequel. Maybe it's just a one-off, but they should definitely be. I mean, that studio, if that's their first game, they're gonna be good. They're gonna be good.
You even got the fans confused because they said Peter's been playing Dota.
Yeah, cool. Now we have a friend within the community, a shared friend within communities. His name is Ryan. He's a big Dota fan, and he's a long childhood friend of mine. And he's on like a legit, however you define legit, but he's on a team that practices and like has meetings and like learning workshops. So however serious you want to be, but he's just like, come try it. It's fun, man. It's complicated, and what I don't like about it is that a game could be an hour long.
Oh yeah,
and you could lose. So it's just like it's such a commitment in that moment.
Yeah, that is that's like the same thing with League of Legends, bro. It's like, and then if you're just getting completely like ran through and you're just like throwing, like it's the worst. It's the worst feeling in the world, bro.
Right.
So
yeah, that's what I've been playing.
And it's been awesome, bro. I love that you've been getting into the games and stuff like that. And if what games have you guys been playing, let us know in the comments down below. I want to give a big shout out to Tommy and Cooldown being here, kicking it with us live, and I do appreciate that. Watches this show after the fact. I want to give a little shout out to actually everybody at Know Your News, everybody that works on the other shows, and everybody that runs Know Your News. A lot of these people work very hard, and I'm really blessed that they put me and Peter in this situation to talk about everything and all gaming for you guys and giving us this opportunity and this platform. So if you do rock with us, that means you guys do rock with Know Your News. So make sure you guys check out all the other shows. We have a sports one. We have a movie one. We talk about crazy news, all that stuff. Make sure you guys hit Know Your News with a sub so you don't miss everything that we talk about Wednesday at 8 p.m. And just a big shout out to them. Peter's going to go ahead and kick us off with the question of the day, though. So what do you got for us, bud?
Question of the day. What gaming genre do you wish that you were more involved with or a bigger fan of? And then what gaming genre do you wish the opposite, that you hadn't spent so many hours in? Like what lane like piques your interest, but you just never have taken the dive? And then what lane are you just like, why do I keep playing this stuff? Get me out of here. Yeah.
Go ahead and kick us off, man. What would be a game like a genre you'd want to play more?
I
want both answers. I want both answers right off the rip.
I've always like been intrigued by fighting games. I think I just like the characters, man, and like I have good memories of Marvel vs. Capcom that like in an arcade doing that. I always thought it was so cool. Like fighting games, I'm more recently come around to like management games, like city builders, stuff like like management games, like Planet Zoo, Tavern Master, things like that. I think it's just because in my old age, I'm getting slower, so maybe I have like more patience for it. And then genres I wish I wasn't a fan of. Man, I've always loved shooters my whole entire life, but as I'm getting older and just like the way that it's going, I guess, I think I'm like not a huge fan of as big a fan of shooters anymore.
That's true.
Not that I wish I wasn't a fan, but just like the way that business and the industry as a whole is going, and then just like give me a shooter where everyone's not just mean. I don't know. I think that's gone. I think that's gone to those days. But and everyone's like, "Well, just thick skin, bro." I'm like, I come to escape and have fun. I'm not here to like argue with people. I already have a job. Like I already, you know what I mean? Like,
I get you.
So yeah, that's kind of where I'm at in my gaming life cycle, I guess.
Right. I guess for me, what I was kind of thinking of is like I really missed out on some of the games that I played as a kid because I always grew up being the Call of Duty kid. The MLG game battles, like, oh, we're about to do scrims and like practicing and leveling up my guns. That just used to be me. So like I missed out on so many good games. Like I missed out on a lot of the God of Wars. I missed out on the first Horizon game. I missed out on the first Psychonauts that I did go back and try and play, but I feel like I missed out on a lot of those like great games that define gaming now that I missed out on. So now I just feel like I'm just so behind when it comes to playing certain games. It's like now I got to play catch up at that point.
Yeah. It's so interesting you say that, man. Like it's like Sorry to interrupt, but
You're good. You're good. Go ahead. No, go.
No, I just like I feel like I didn't play any of the games that were ever featured on G4. Like I missed out on all the platformers. I kind of played Morrowind, but not really because I was just so engrossed in shooters and like that whole series. I'd never played Fallout. I've never touched Red Dead.
Oh
like,
yeah.
I just like I was just hammering shooters so hard, and then all of these games have like come and gone. But
Right.
which is kind of interesting now because now that if my life cycle is changing, just talk about myself more. But I feel like now we can go back and then actually take our time through all this stuff that we missed and like pick and choose. And now we have access to more now than ever.
I would say like I can't give you guys like a specific answer, but like I do really like the I wish I kind of went back and played all the Souls games. Like the Souls-like games, because I really did enjoy Elden Ring and what the story was for, and the difficulty that it kind of had kind of like gave me like a new feeling. Like it felt rewarding every time I played that game. So if I could go back and kind of play those games and kind of learn to understand that, that would have been good for me. And then the other one I was kind of thinking of is a lot more RPGs, because like you said, Fallout was a very good series that I missed out on. Like everybody says that New Vegas is one of the best Fallout. Same thing with Fallout 3. And I kind of just let those slide by. I feel like every time I do an RPG, I'm just a very like stressful person. Like when you tell me to like put points into a certain thing, bro, I freak out because I think it's gonna mess me up later. Like I'm like, oh dude, if I put too many points into this, or if I don't pick this build, then I'm just gonna completely not be able to play the game. So I wish I would do that a lot more.
Yeah. No, we can. Because everything's available now, so everything's just a little easier to acquire. But now there's just too much access, so there's just no time.
And then a game I wish I haven't played was Scorn. All right, Scorn Slander made it 2 episodes in a row. All right, guys, I do want to give a shout out again. If you guys do want to have your questions read on air, the best way to get our attention is through a KYN chat. You guys can go to kynchat.com, leave us a question. All the proceeds help Jimmy, me, and Peter. It makes everybody happy. And you like seeing big smiles on our face. So make sure you guys send us a KYN chat if you guys want your stuff read on stream. Peter, I'm excited to get the show kicked off. We're gonna go ahead and kick off everything that came out this week for gaming and stuff that is going to be coming out within the week. The first game that came out was Minecraft Legends. This game came out April 18th, and it came out for Xbox, PlayStation, PC, and Switch. On that same day, God of Rock came out, which I saw God of Rock, and I was actually very, very into the type of style of game it is, because it's a fighting game, but it's also a rhythm-based game. So you guys should definitely check out God of Rock, because when I saw the trailer for it, I was kind of hyped. This might be a sleeper game that I might pick up down the road. If you guys are into Horizon Forbidden West, good news for you. You guys get a DLC called Burning Shores, which I heard was very good as well. And then also, for everybody that has been waiting about 10 years for Dead Island 2, that comes out April 21st. So a pretty stacked lineup. I think this month in general of April has been good. And next week, you know what comes out?
Halo BR, maybe?
Yeah, dude. Okay, great. It's the Jedi game, dude. The Jedi game.
Oh, yeah. I'm excited for that. I'm definitely going to be playing that one.
You got the fans in shambles, man.
Do I? Or does the studio have us in shambles?
Raph wants to know, Nick, are we on Dead Island 2? I actually looked at Dead Island 2, and that's a game that I want to check out. It's very cool. Like, you don't want to play that type of game for the story. You want to play that game just to destroy zombies left and right. So I actually would think it's getting pretty solid reviews. And I watched a trailer of it on Twitter, and the game looks absolutely beautiful. Like I like, a lot of people said the graphics aren't nothing to write home about, but I saw them and I was like, this is very, very good. Like, this looks very clean.
Are you a zombie game guy?
Man, I like, to be honest, I am getting kind of fed up with the zombie stuff, just because I just got done playing Resident Evil 4. Like, I feel like I just play a lot of games with zombies, but at the same time, like, what are you going to do? They're popular.
Right. Yeah, fair enough.
We are going to go ahead.
Cool.
The what?
The first one.
The first one? Yeah. And then, like, I guess they had a lot of problems with development issues for the second one, so that's why it took so long to come out. So, but they finally figured it out, so that's good for them. Yeah. So, we're gonna go ahead and get into our first topic of today, guys. basically the first topic we are going to talk about is a very interesting topic that me and Peter both found very, very interesting.
Really cool.
Very cool. So there's this character, and if you guys don't know what this character is actually from Darkest Dungeon 2. The crazy thing about this enemy in general is that it was made possible by a Make-A-Wish kid. Red Hook Studios and Make-A-Wish kid, or Red Hook Studios and Make-A-Wish have partnership where they created a new enemy in Darkest Dungeon 2. And this is the concept that they came up with. What do you think about him so far, Peter?
The game or the character itself?
Just the character, like just right off rip.
Yes, 1. 2, I think this is so cool. Like, I feel like this is going to open the door for a lot more studios to do stuff like this. Like, I feel like this could become, hopefully, unfortunately, but also fortunately, like it would open the door for a lot more studios to be able to do this, and it becomes like a regular thing to see. But I didn't know a whole lot about Darkest Dungeon, but I was watching some streams, and the art style is really, really cool.
Right.
I'm a big fan of the art style, so the fact that they sat down with him and like created this character. First of all, it was cool that they made it an enemy. Right. So it's always going to be in the game. It's like, I don't know how the good guys are chosen in the game, but it'll always be there, which is really cool. I just think it's a super awesome gesture. Like, it's finally some good news and not just complaints about frame rate.
Here we go. Yeah. Way to leak it. All right. Yeah. Anyway, I want to get into what the character actually does. He basically attacks his foe with leeches, which inflict minor damage and heavy bleeding. But the crazy thing about this enemy, guys, is that he can also cure you of diseases in the game, which is very interesting because an enemy would usually want to do everything to take you down, but this one can cure diseases on your guys. So it's like sometimes you want to fight this guy as long as possible to see if he can cure off your disease. Kind of crazy. I'll show you guys a little bit of a sketch that they went through while making this character. It's very, very cool to see. And to kind of get in deeper into the article by PC Gamer, basically they were saying that I'm sorry, Red Hook Studios pretty much said they thought it was like a prank or like a scam, because a lot of kids and a lot of the time for a Make-A-Wish, like their final wish, it doesn't have to do with gaming. And especially for Darkest Dungeon 2, they were like very
specific, yeah.
Very, very, very specific. So like I really love this article, man. First off, like, major W by Darkest Dungeon 2. This is the second W I've witnessed on this show of them, because the first one with Cresta, seeing the improvements from Darkest Dungeon 1 to Darkest Dungeon 2, graphic wise, looks very, very good. And now, like, knowing that this enemy has a specific meaning and like a positive reasoning behind it, like, I think it's awesome. I think it's cool. The enemy design is very smooth. I like the whole leech design. His name, it's kind of hard to say. It's Kyrigon, I think it is. Kyrigon. But basically it's a term used before, which means surgeon.
Old school term. I've never seen that word in my life. So whatever you say, it sounds good.
I never heard about it too. But like I would hope to see more of this stuff in the future, because like this is just a great opportunity for someone who just loves a certain game that he's just been locked in playing all the time. And then he's like, yo, I want to make a character. Like, I want a little bit of me to be in this game.
Yeah. Shout out Sam, for real.
Right. Sam's going crazy.
It's like, just cool, man. It's just like I don't know. Never seen this before. It's just, I like it. Makes me happy.
Like, what if I told Madden, like, they got to put in a broken Madden character for me?
Like, they make you a coach on the side. Come on.
Right, make me a coach on the side that gets like plus 99 to all my players. I need to make that happen.
Yeah.
I'm really interested in Darkest Dungeon 2. It's a game I really do want to play.
The art style looks sick. It really does. It looks cool. It reminds me of Tiny Tina's Wonderlands a little bit.
Right. I think it's more turn-based than anything, but it's something about it that I've always loved, especially watching it for the first time with Cresta and seeing it now. It's It's a very cool concept. And like I said, hopefully something like this becomes more common in the gaming industry, especially like if you love a certain game and you want to put in your input on it, then go for it.
No,
I haven't seen actual gameplay of it yet. I was trying to look on YouTube a little bit and I couldn't find anything. So I guess that means I'm just gonna have to pick up the game and just play it myself and see if I can find it.
Yeah, it almost looks like when you enter into a conflict, it almost looks like a fighting game. Like the characters are really, really close to the screen, and it's just stage, and then it has this super theatrical where you like it's turn based, but you select a move, and then it almost like has the camera, the characters zoom in together, and it has this very artistic, like cinematic feel of the characters interacting with whatever those moves are. And then it'll zoom back out, and you can see the whole field.
Right,
it's cool.
I like it, man. I like it. Let us know what you guys think of this topic, man. What do you guys think about the character? Will you guys be picking up Darkest Dungeon 2 to check them out? I certainly want to. Yeah. The next topic I do want to get into is kind of a iffy topic. How do you feel about pay to win, Peter? We hate it, right?
Yes.
We absolutely
I think it's an absolute travesty to include anything in paid bundles in a multiplayer game that would affect gameplay in any way. It should only be cosmetics. I stand behind that. I don't care if it's an early race thing. It should only be cosmetics. It should never be like in a multiplayer game. In a single player game, whatever, but in a multiplayer game, you should never have any kind of like purchased equipment that a player who can afford it can use and a player who can't afford it can't use.
If I felt like, see, it made me laugh because you said single player. If I felt like I needed to pay to be good at a single player campaign,
Raid Shadow Legends, that's all I know.
If I needed to like, what's that game? Immortal, Diablo Immortal, like the dudes that were spending like $10,000 on that game.
Crazy.
Like that pay to win is nuts, dude. Like the only time, like, I don't know. That would stink. Like I feel like Madden was like that in the way because if you just bought bundles and you got the best cards, then you just you got that advantage. Yeah. Like good cards play better. But yeah, guys, if you guys don't know, basically Call of Duty is getting labeled as a pay to win game now over a recent bundle that's been added into the shop called Bomb Squad. With this bundle right here, it's basically a $12 bundle, and it grants players a medium backpack and an LMG with shorter cooldowns than free games that are available in the game mode DMZ. The Bomb Squad bundle gives players a 4th active duty operator slot. This gives players an unfair advantage over others who do not have the bundle, leading to a divide in the player fan base. One of the members of the Call of Duty community said, to get the 4th active operator slot in DMZ, you buy a bundle. This is not a joke. It also comes with a free medium backpack. Yeah, not great. So a lot of people are actually very split apart of it, and I really can't blame them because a game like Call of Duty, it shouldn't have to do this because the only thing I feel like you should be able to do is grind up your guns to get certain attachments. That should be the only grind that you should be concerned with. I don't think
I'm okay with the camos. Grinds.
Well, yeah. I'm all in if you want to pay and buy camos. Like that's just a strictly cosmetic thing. Yeah, but Call of Duty has been they've done this before where you could buy bundles in the game. I wouldn't say they were so pay to win, but a lot of them had certain attachments, but you were able to get them on your normal guns if you grinded throughout the game. Like I remember I bought a few bundles from like I think it was the first Warzone game. It was for a broken gun. I forgot what it was. One was for a sniper, but I remember I got it and it was like it gave you like certain attachments, but not game breaking ones that make cooldown shorters and stuff like that. And they give you a bigger backpack space to grab more stuff. That's absolutely insane. That's giving people an advantage over some people that don't get that advantage from playing the game every single day. I don't think you should be able to pay to like for a game that you could just grind.
It's it's just a money grab, and that's fine. But it's offensive to me. I'm just offended by it.
Especially for a shooter, though. Like
it's multiplayer. It's multiplayer. You shouldn't punish people who can't or don't want to pay for certain things, and then reward people who have that extra cash.
Right.
In a multiplayer competitive game.
Some people might not have that $12, bro.
A lot of people don't have that $12.
Yeah, that $12, like that could come in clutch for like a Taco Bell run. That could be groceries. That could be like a bundle of socks.
Not eggs, but something
Oh
else.
my god, dude! The amount of money I've been spending on eggs, bro. You gotta go to you either gotta go to Costco or I'm gonna have to start buying the chicken itself. Right. Like at this point, like,
right?
Because like seriously, I buy eggs like all the time. You know, I gotta get yoked up. I gotta get big. You know, it's summertime, bro. I'm trying to look summertime fine.
Yeah,
but so I'm not spending money on the bundle to get a pay to win advantage. I just don't personally. It bugs me to see this because I hope it's something that we don't see in the future. Yeah. It's not a good look. It's not a good look.
But I'm not surprised COD did it. Like I'm not surprised they're the ones who did
Why does COD always get in the headlines all the time for just doing something very bad? If it's not like, they put out the same 3 maps out every year, or they're bringing back a map from like 2007 and putting that in the game, or it's like they're in the headlines for 70 gig updates and like nothing changes. Like nothing changes. You're just like literally like I clearly, and I stand by, bro, like this is just a very bad opinion. I think COD just wanted to do as much as they can to take up space on a system so you couldn't play any other game.
Whoa,
that is a hot take. But I was saying
conspiracies,
dude, we're talking about like 120 gigabyte games for a shooter.
I don't even know what they're putting in there. Like what's taking up all the space? I don't understand.
The textures that I have to load in every time I open up the game.
Right.
COD, I'm on you. I'm on you, COD.
60
Seriously.
gigs with the textures.
Eggs for dinner.
They might do it.
He can't cook. I can cook. I can cook. That's crazy. They're in the pod saying I can't cook. I'm cooking right now. I'm cooking on COD. They're always in the headlines for some dumb stuff like this. They can't seem to get it right, dude.
It's absolutely true.
It's tough to see. And it's just another $12 bundle to get 15 seconds is a lot. Like imagine if like Overwatch started doing that on a hero-based game. What technically they could make it to where like you have to buy certain characters. Would you consider that pay to win?
If they do something that other characters can't, because you have to buy heroes in games like hero shooters, but they're also, you can earn them. So does the bundle prevent, like, can everyone earn or like?
No, because you can't. You need COD points to buy the bundle. You can't just like, they don't have like another currency system than just COD points. It's not like,
I just think every in-game purchase should be cosmetic. I really do, unless it's like access to multiplayer maps, or like you could put that behind a paywall. Sure. I don't even know. I've had that take like a long time ago where I would say like, I would buy a DLC again for a multiplayer game, but I don't think I would. We had to back in the day, but like if you're telling me they put $10 and they put 3 maps behind a paywall, I might not pay that unless I played the game. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'm talking about someone if you're like a fan of the game and they're like, hey, you can earn it at Battle Pass level 100, or if you want access to the maps now, $15 or something.
Yeah, because that's even different. Like nowadays, if you finish a Battle Pass, they'll give you your money back to buy the next Battle Pass. Like that's actually rewarding. Yeah, that's actually rewarding. Yeah. Fortnite, one of my favorite things. They weren't like the greatest skins of all time, but when Fortnite always had a Battle Pass, you would get 5-6 skins, a bunch of camos, a bunch of stuff, and then they would also
like that.
Yeah, and it's cool because then you could just like you finish it off and then you could use that towards your next battle pass instead of just like a one-time payment for a gun that's just absolutely broken.
Right.
But like it depends on how serious you are with it too. I personally don't think you need that, but you know how people need to get an advantage in everything, man.
Yep. True.
Let me know, guys. Are you guys going to pay the $12 to be the best Call of Duty player of all time? I'm not, because you're not stopping me. Oh, another crazy thing, since we're talking about pay to win. Hey, Pokemon Unite. Hey, I'm not paying $40 for a skin, all right? We need to drop the prices, all right? We need to drop the prices, all right? Nah, there's a Decidueye skin in the game. It's like $40. Dude looks like straight Naruto, man. I want it so bad. Dude got like a little headband with a little thing, and he got his little robe on, and he go. I'm like,
yo, look up what a Decidueye looks like.
What do you mean? What does a Decidueye look like? I'm on to the next topic. That just irritated me.
What?
A Decidueye. What do you mean? What a Decidueye is? It's one of the greatest starters of all time.
It's a Pokemon. Is it like the end evolution of whatever this Pokemon is?
Yeah, the owl. Decidueye actually has two forms. Skins are insane in Unite. I'm talking, but at least it's cosmetic. Yeah,
for one skin.
Yeah, and the crazy thing about Pokemon Unite is they'll have a battle pass, but it only puts 2 skins in the battle pass, and it's like, okay,
what?
One at level 1, one at level 100.
There's 100 levels.
Dude, there's more. Yeah, I think there's I'm pretty sure the battle pass has 200. Cooldown can kind of highlight me on that. But while he's figuring that out, I'm going to go ahead and get into the next topic, something that I'm truly very passionate about. I say this every time I talk about this beautiful and lovely game. Mm-hmm. But Redfall has been into the highlights of the gaming world, and it is not for a very good reason at all. With the past few days, man, Redfall basically put out a tweet. This is actually Redfall themselves tweeting this out, saying that Redfall is going to be launching on Xbox consoles with quality mode only, meaning Xbox Series X will get 4K 30 frames per second, Xbox Series S will be getting 1440p and 30 frames per second, and then the 60 frames per second performance mode will be added via game update on a later date. So to kind of sum this up, if you guys don't know, or if you guys have been living under a rock, a lot of games nowadays for the newer next-gen consoles, they have a few modes. One of them will be like performance. One of them will be quality ray tracing, or one will just be quality. And a lot of times they will let you like base your settings based on what you pick. Performance mode gets you a lot more frames, and they get you like smoother stuff, but like the graphics might be toned down a little bit, which quality will boost up the quality of the game, obviously like 4K, 1440p, but you get less frames. With Redfall being a first-person shooter, a lot of people are kind of like, yo, like this is like unacceptable. There's deeper things in it to me versus just like the quality and stuff like that. It's a crazy reason, and it sucks. And I don't know who to blame. A lot of people are kind of shooting everything at Redfall. But at the same time, I'll let you go ahead and kick it off, man. How do you feel about like a game getting less frames, or like when you play a game, do you think it will be okay to have this quality over frames? You're playing a first-person shooter. You're in your shoes. You got the game loaded up, man. Are you sacrificing those frames to play in a better graphic?
I just think shooters need frames more than graphics.
Yes.
I think if you're trying to be competitive in a shooter, you need the frames. I mean, you can watch any pro player play at the highest level. They always turn the graphics. Everything looks like a Minecraft character because they want the smoothest frames possible.
That is true.
I'd be curious to know why they don't have the option right off the bat. I don't know. Maybe it's a production thing. Maybe it's a timeline thing. They just didn't perfect it or get it optimized. So they're like, well, we got to put it out on this date, so we'll just release it as an update after the fact. Maybe it's a testing thing. Maybe they're seeing like, hey, we're going to put this game out. We're going to see kind of how it settles and plays for everyone because they know inevitably there's going to be all these problems. And then we'll drop maybe it just wasn't a priority for what they were doing. I don't know. How often are games released without 60 FPS option in 2023? They're not. Okay. So that's like, man, so there's something we're not going to know or ever know. But it's weird. Did they say why they're doing it at all?
No, which the thing is like, I don't think you want to tell people why, because then the gamers, the Xbox fanboys and the PlayStation fanboys will have pitchforks at their doors. Angry tweets fly in a lot of videos. Personally, all I'll say is I basically can kind of come to the conclusion that it's a time deadline thing. They probably weren't ready for the release date. They kind of have probably been crunching. They're probably testing it out. It's just not working. The 60 frames per second, there's probably got to be something wrong with it to where they have to do the 30 frames per second. But my reason also behind this is that like Xbox and PlayStation have been saying for a very long time, these are the most powerful consoles that we've had ever. These consoles, guys, like they are basically like PCs in a box for like a quarter of the price, half the price. Now, we're not going to have a PC console debate here. I mean, if you guys want to, I got my fist ready and I'm ready to throw down. Okay. So if you guys don't want to throw down, then make sure you guys sub and like to the channel, whatever. Okay. Or I'll fight you. Yeah. Second off, like they produce 4K, 60 frames, 30 frames. Like you could get 120 frames off of these consoles nowadays. They have really good stuff in them and quality products inside of them. So the fact that like, okay, you're taking Redfall, which obviously like I got gameplay footage here from the new character. It looks very good. Like it looks very like a lot of stuff is going on. They put in a lot of pride into everything in the background and stuff like that and attention to detail. So I don't know if it's just like it just can't handle that, but it just doesn't make sense of why it can't run it. So like I'm kind of just on Redfall side with this because obviously I feel like if they could, they would push it back again. But you already know how people would be if they pushed back the game even further than what it was. You just can't. There's people that are waiting on this, shareholders. If someone could give me a heads up on the last really game that Xbox has put out that's been new, I guess maybe Hi-Fi Rush was like one of the last ones. Xbox needs some games, y'all. The Game Pass is a great thing to have, but dude, they need to start putting out some new stuff. Like it's and like Redfall was like this is their thing. It's like it's gonna be on just Xbox and PC. They need to get that game out. So it sucks to see, bro, because I want to see this game succeed more than anything. A lot of people come through with the videos like Redfall's going down the drain, Redfall stinks, and I'm not gonna lie, bro. We got a little clickbaity thing coming on in our title, but like, bro, I seriously am like digging this game like crazy, and I'm still gonna play it day one. I won't be playing it on console. I'll be playing it on PC, but it just kind of loses out for people who can't play that on PC because it's already exclusive enough to where you can't play it on PlayStation and Xbox. Some people don't got the money to have both consoles. So when they come to like, oh, I don't have a PC, I got to run this thing on Xbox, and you're telling me I can't get the performance mode out of this because, like you said, you want to be able to aim, you want to be able to have better consistency with the 60 frames per second. So when you take that away and you chop that in half, the only games I want to play in 30 FPS, the Quarry, Until Dawn, storytelling games, bro, where I want to see like every pixel on your body and every wrinkle on your face. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm with you. I don't understand, especially like you were saying, the state that they're in with what games are out for Xbox specifically is just, I don't get it, man. It's 2023. Like, there's just stuff behind the scenes that we're not seeing. So we're never going to get the straight answer. They're never going to tell us exactly why. They've calculated that they can put this news out there. They're going to take the heat, and they've like factored that into their decision and say, yeah, people are going to complain and moan, and then they'll be fine when we release the 60.
Dude, if I could, bro, trust me, I would love to just like sit down and have a chat with them and be like, what's going on here, man? What's the problem? And if you just put in hindsight perspective, man, they probably just having problems. And this close to a deadline, we're talking about this game is coming out in 2 weeks, 3 weeks. They can't push that back, bro. No. They cannot push that back. Absolutely not. The way they've been pushing hard on a lot of these like character background stories and stuff like that, which self-promo I have been talking about on my YouTube channel. Make sure you guys check that out. All those background stories, they're talking about the game mechanics, and they keep on letting IGN have these like first takes with them and like the first news on them. It's too late, bro. It's too late. People already have so much money into this game that it's like it has to get released now. I just pray that everybody that does have a console and everybody at Bethesda and working on Redfall can get this update as fast as possible, so it's not like the worst thing in the world. Because if they could just get it out to them as soon as possible and just like act like it didn't happen, we'd be fine.
Right.
We might be overreacting. It might come out it might come out day one. It might come out after second week. but it's gonna kill the initial launch from like day one because people are just gonna be like, oh wait, some people aren't in a hurry to buy it.
Oh man, yeah. Do you think the average, do you think the average player is going to care that much?
The average player might not even know.
Right.
But I mean, the internet's a thing. This everybody's on the internet. Everybody's on Twitter. Everybody's probably seeing this. Everybody's seeing their favorite YouTube or talk about it. Yeah. For a gamer, just for like a gamer in general, I feel like they're gonna look at that and just be like, it might be a turnoff for them, and they'll just wait. But I mean, it's not the worst thing because it will be on PC for 60 frames. Let us know, guys, about Redfall, how you guys feel about it. I know we just kind of been talking about Redfall the past 3 weeks, but like I said, I've been really just anticipating this game. So seeing the 30 frames per second thing on console, I kind of had to bring it up, like, because it's just like, why? It's why.
We'll never really know. We'll never know exactly why. They'll never say, but it's definitely calculated into their decision, and they said, well, we're okay with however the public responds. Mm-hmm. That's all you're going to know.
Before I give this topic to Peter to kick us off with the next topic, I do want to say again, I appreciate everybody that's in here kicking it in here with us. Sorry about that. And everybody that is watching this stream after the fact it went live. If you guys could take a time out of your day to sub, like, all that stuff to catch us, more of us. We have the streams, we have videos after the fact of our streams, and we are going to be doing shorts here in the next little bit of time. So if you guys want to keep up with me and Peter, make sure you guys sub to the channel. It means a lot. Peter, kick us off with some positive news.
On a very cool and interesting note, the Super Mario Brothers theme music has become a part of the Library of Congress. So if you're into that kind of like historical, cool archive thing, this is kind of a cool piece of news. I thought it was interesting. If you don't know what the Library of Congress is, it is a research library, and it serves as the library for the U.S. Congress, as in the name. It's actually the United States' oldest federal cultural institution. So think of it as just like a giant archive where we keep where the United States keeps what it deems the coolest or most influential stuff. I mean, it's a massive place, but they have now inducted that theme music as the first gaming music into the library, which I thought
to give you guys an insight about how like big of a deal this is. This is the first gaming like sound that is in this, and then also the other songs that are in there are like Stairway to Heaven, Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas Is You,
which is crazy.
That's crazy, bro. Like you're talking about the Mario theme song and then like putting it like up to battle with that. Before I continue, though, I do want to give a big shout out to Lord. He also said, I'm not going to touch Redfall because it is not acceptable. Like, that's basically what you're kind of getting from everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's true. Like, people pay $70. They want to get the performance they want to get. You know what I'm saying? So,
fair. At the price point, for sure.
100%. I just wanted to bring that up because, like, we kind of talked about how people are feeling about it, and that's kind of the way people are feeling about it. But dude, big shout out to everybody, man, for the Super Mario thing, dude. That's awesome.
It is cool. It is cool.
Hype, bro.
It kind of shows you like where gaming kind of fits into the culture now.
Right.
Like it kind of like points to like maybe it's not just a bunch of boomers running the show over there in Washington, you know.
Dude.
Like, they're recognizing, but it also like continues to speak to Mario and like how important that is to pop culture in the last 40 years now.
Yes,
50 years now, and it's like it's right next to I think they had John Lennon on there.
Yes.
Who else did you say? Mariah Carey, Led Zeppelin at the same time. It just I don't know, man. I get pumped for like positive news.
Dude, that's what we want to see.
It's always negative now, but it's like, hey, man, this is.
I feel like like just recently, bro, within like this decade, bro, like it just feels like gaming has just been so like on the up and coming. Like everybody knows about it. Everybody knows what gaming can be. Everybody knows what streaming is. Like the gaming and like certain games that come out, they've been just Straight up positive. Oh, everybody's doing it, bro. Especially when COVID happened, when everybody had to stay indoors and everybody was playing Animal Crossing with your freaking turnip prices.
Dude, I remember that.
Ooh, man. I was trying to get so many login codes to get my turnips. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Everybody was coming onto my island, taking my apples and stuff, man. Don't get me hyped up. Don't get me hyped up. Let me just. All right.
But this is. Go ahead.
All I'm gonna say is, when are they gonna recognize City Escape to be one of the City Escape or whatever it's called, bro? The Sonic song, man. Yeah. Rolling around at the speed.
But this is gonna open it up, right?
Got places to go, gotta follow my rainbow. That's the next song, and I'm gonna be at that inductory thing, and I'm gonna be like this. Hey,
you're gonna actually call it like a draft pick. You're gonna announce it
with the first,
with the first pick of the Library of Congress.
We select the Sonic theme song. Holding up the jersey. Yeah. Hey.
But if you're a fan of the industry, my point is, like, if you really are like a fan of gaming and the history behind it and like how important it is, well, at least I think it's important, but it's like a really cool step and like cements that this is actually an important thing. And people do care about it deeply, we do, I think. And it's just a cool little, I don't know, like, it's a cool little piece of history. Now it's going to be saved forever. So when the asteroid comes and, you know, the survivors find they find the library, they can, it'll always be there. So,
bro, like, I just like, it's crazy because I gave you this topic to give us some like brightness on like all the painful articles. Cause like I got the painful articles, right? I got the painful articles like, oh, Call of Duty's pay to win, and oh, Redfall, whoop, that's down the drain. And then here you come, you're like, yeah, dude, Super Mario's awesome. But when we all die from a meteorite, then like it's there. Like,
the survivors will find it, but we will die though for sure. But if the survivors will find it, stuff.
Just straight
it's
up,
cool, man. If like growing up with it, and I just like love gaming so much, and it's cool, man. I was excited to see it.
I do want to put on a side note, guys, that we kind of talked about the Super Mario movie last week, and now we're talking about Mario again this week. The movie itself had the biggest global opening weekend ever for an animated movie, which they did 377 million worldwide, which the last one to ever have something as big as that, which I think the previous record holder was Frozen 2.
Yeah.
Which
I don't even think it's released in Japan yet.
No.
So once it gets dropped there, like it's gonna blow up. Yeah. It's definitely gonna hit half.
Meteorites blowing up. Wow, you're just on one today, aren't you?
Yeah, that's good for them, man. I thought it was a cool movie. I thought it was like, I finally like felt like I was entertained in a movie, and there was no hidden message. Like, I just went there and I was like, I was entertained by that, and went home. You know, nothing.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was cool. It was good. The animation's insane. Like the stage that it's at now is
go watch the Mario movie, y'all. Please do yourself a favor.
It's good. It's good.
Before we kick off our last topic, man, thank you guys again. I know I keep on saying it before every topic, but I'm just kind of in an emotional mood. I just appreciate everybody being here, because you guys take time out of your days to listen to us talk about gaming news. So thank you guys again. And
it does matter too. It does really matter.
Does.
It really does.
It really does. Like, you guys don't know how much it means to us and everybody. I know your news, just to see you guys here and interacting with us in every way you can. So thank you. It means a lot to me and Peter both. The last topic we are going to talk about is, we were kind of talking about I kind of hinted, Sega, Sonic, stuff like that. Sega just made a pretty big purchase, and they purchased Angry Birds.
Yeah.
Angry Birds,
still out, still going. Turns out.
Yeah.
Big brand.
They make like little side Angry Bird games. I can't remember the last time they did like I know they do movies and stuff like that sometimes. But I remember the phone game when it came out, dude. I remember I was a sophomore in high school, pulling up to school with the pig on my chest. I had the pig shirt, bro, the green pig with the crown. Yeah, I was rocking that. I was rocking that to school.
That was a good game.
That was the game, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure you had to pay to play Angry Birds. I'm pretty sure it wasn't a free game.
No.
It wasn't a free game. No, that was normal. Like, pay like $5 to play Angry Birds. But it was a very cool game, and it took the world by storm. And now Sega's buying it and kind of reviving that game. I don't know. What are they cooking, man?
What are they doing?
Marcus Stewart from Game Informer basically said that Sega has announced it's acquiring Rovio Entertainment, the Finnish mobile game company behind Angry Birds. A press release states that Sega will absorb the entirety of Rovio's outstanding shares and options in what is being labeled as a, in quote, friendly takeover. So both sides basically agreed. They just wanted to work with each other, and hopefully they mean something for like Sega. Like I'm hoping like maybe like a Sonic Angry Birds combo.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh, collab. Because like think of like the two biggest characters, man. Like you got Sonic next to the Angry Bird. Oh my dude.
It is weird. I'm interested to see why they bought it. So I'm like, are they buying it for the technology? Are they buying it for the staff? Like, do they really just like I'm interested to see, because Angry Birds has been out for a long time and they can't have hell like after the movie. Once you make the movie, it's kind of like you've peaked, I guess. But maybe not for Sonic. But you know what I'm saying.
I did not mean to flip that. I don't know how I did that. I do not know. Wow. Can I flip us back?
I'll just be Nicktana to close this out.
Help! What did I do? I flipped us. Oh, okay. Anyways, Sonic Birds, baby. Sonic Birds. I like that. You could be Nicktana for the rest of the stream. That's awesome. Who is in charge of this layout? I seriously don't know how I switched us.
It's a channel point.
I got it. I had to drag myself over. Ha, you're back to being Ghost Stories. That's what you get.
Damn.
That's what you get.
Major L.
I liked being you for a little bit, bro. I felt like I was 6'8".
Yeah. It goes up every time. That's fine.
Man, so yeah, I can't wait to see what they do, man. But
we'll see.
That's the end of our show, guys. This has been Gaming Gone Weird, episode 31, and a memorable one at that. Peter, I'm gonna go ahead and kick it to you, man. Tell the people where to find you, what you've been working on, stuff like that. Really go into detail. Give them a pitch.
Yeah, my name's Peter. I go by Not Ghost Stories, and you can find me as such on all socials. YouTube, TikTok, and Twitch is where I spend most of my time. We are just making videos, man. I think the next long form is going to be a full-on review of Dredge, as I enjoy that. TikTok is just whatever tickles my fancy at the time, and then all of that short and long form can be found on YouTube. Back to you.
Thank you, Peter. I appreciate it, man. I love having you on, man. Perfect co-host. Perfect co-host, bro. You want to kiss? All right. Guys, this has been Nicktana. You guys can find me on Twitter at YouLoveNicktana. I appreciate it if you guys would give me a follow. You guys can keep up with everything that I do on Twitter. Also, if you guys want to see every video and everything I do, check out YouTube, because I've been doing a lot of shorts. I have a Trek to Yomi review that I'm working on at the moment right now, and then we're going to be doing Scorn and then another game that I don't want to announce yet. So make sure you guys check that out. And also, if you guys want to see me stream live, we are playing Pokemon Unite at the moment. If you guys want to check me out at twitch.tv/YouLoveNicktana, that would mean the absolute world to me. It's a great time, great community, and you guys can see me play the latest and greatest games. We're getting excited. We're getting labbed up to play some cool games, so I'd love to see you guys there. But thank you guys for all the love, man. Thank you guys for being weird with us. This is Nicktana and Pieter signing off. Do me a favor, tell someone you love them, and I'll catch you guys next week, 8 p.m. Eastern, for some more news. See you guys next episode.